Hello pilots and welcome to Season 4 of Flight Academy, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil. Full format rules and lists are in the description below, and you can see all the lists in the video linked at the top right hand corner of the screen now. But joining me for Game 1 of Round 5, we have...
Hey guys, it's Andy.
Hello Andy, welcome back, and you're back on the actual stream as well with those plucky N1s, fresh from stealing the kill right out from under me last round. We have a face-off.
It's nice commentating on the video that you've been in, because I can actually pretend I know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've been doing that for like nearly 3 years, mate. So.
I recall this game well, actually, versus Wes, because we both opted to line up and joust, and the road went in my favour completely.
Yeah, because you're both I4s, which, yeah, it looks like, well, I mean, Wes has got initiative here, but it means he then gets up further, so you get those target locks, which is absolutely massive. Yeah,
that was so key in this joust, I think. And I remember talking to Wes after the game and just saying if that round order had been different, it could have been a completely different game. And
also, I'm pretty sure you've just managed to keep yourself out of range 2 as well there. Or out of range 1 even, which is just perfect positioning for you. Yep, there we go. Oh, that's kind of brutal. I mean, I suppose it's tough because when you're the first player and you're both I4s, your first player has to place down, and then your opponent literally gets the place where they want is the best position against that. So I don't think Wes would have wanted to joust N1s if he'd have had the option.
Yeah,
but they're so fast as well.
We're both running ordnance, and I think we both want to get in and hit hard, but just that. And like I said, I remember this game well, but I felt so jammy to get that being able to move second to snag those locks in this engagement.
Yeah, it's definitely very ideal for you, and I mean, Wes couldn't really have just turned away and tried to get away from you, because the N1s you'd have been able to hound him down quite easily, but he's fortunate that's not a great Proton Torp from Padmé. It's only a hit crit.
Yeah, that's disappointing with the Proton Torps. But with spending the lock as well, I would have hoped for more than two hits.
It looks like only one going through, which is obviously a critical, which is Wounded Pilot. So, you know, Wes can kind of count himself lucky. I mean, he's going to be taking a second one, with Anakin going straight in with his as well. Oh, that's so many focuses in there. So many focuses. All of them, in fact, 4 focuses. That's just... Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wes has lucked out big style there.
It looks like I forgot the Force. I'm not sure.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I think you did there.
I remember that. I remember that first round being really cold on the red dice, and I didn't want to say it before the engagement, but yeah, I felt like that was a bit of a balance. Like I said, I was feeling lucky about getting the locks on, but then I think my luck evened out with the cold dice.
Yeah, I mean, that was very fortunate for Wes there. 2 Proton Torpedoes with target locks and everything, and you only did a Wounded Pilot. Proton Bomb being dropped there. Interesting as to whether that will catch you. Depending on how quick you're going, I mean, would you anticipate yourself likely to be doing like a K-turn or?
Well, the N1 Starfighters don't have a straight K-turn, they've just got the 3 cannon rolls.
Yes.
Which in that position on the board is difficult to do. but I think by this stage of the Flight Academy, I've picked up a bit more experience with the M1s, and I know we could see it in the last game where rather than trying to turn around after the initial sort of joust, I do tend to do a fast maneuver, risk getting shot in the backside, but then being able to turn around to take another salvo on the top. So I think this proton bomb gets both of mine, if I recall, because I think I just fly down the board, like I say, trying to get a good turnaround.
A great drop for Wes. I mean, he's had some very impressive drops on his proton bombs. I mean, basically taking out Second Sister with a proton bomb in an earlier round. Yeah, even a boost or a barrel roll is not going to get you away. So that is really well placed there from Wes.
Yeah, it was a good bomb.
And the classic, you want to do boost towards the edge of the board, yeah? If that joke isn't said in a game, clearly you and your opponent aren't, known to each other.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rapport tester, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I get away with saying this?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're barreling across. He's still going to be doing the 5 forward.
I'm not. Can't remember why I barrel rolled here. I don't know. So sometimes just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. But
yeah,
I'm not sure if it achieved anything.
I
it got me possibly out of range 3 of the.
I think it's still being caught by that proton. I think the best thing it's got you is obstructed from Reimer if Reimer has a shot, but proton bombs are going to catch both of you. They're really well placed there from Wes.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, shields off both.
Lucky that I didn't lose any shields in the initial engagement.
Yeah, I mean, it was again, it was quite a cold red dice round. Only one shield from 2 proton torpedoes, which you expect a lot more devastation than that. But it's going to be 1 range 3 obstructed shot into Anakin. So what's that? 4 green dice for you?
Yeah, that'll be 4.
No force though, but you do have the evade, so fine. You didn't even need the evade. Your green dice are being quite nice to you at the moment, I will say.
That's the risk with these fly past shots. But I've learned with the Naboo Starfighter, it is essential just to get that distance between. I mean, if you're running proton torps, at least.
I think in a way it is. We discussed this last game about being able to disengage and getting back in, and it does seem like a really solid tactic to be able to actually do it, because it's so easy to try and keep stuck in there, and then you end up either bumping, having to do red maneuvers, so you can't get those actions, and not having those actions can really mess you up for later rounds. So being able to disengage there and having enough time to get back in, because the M1s they're pretty fast, and obviously in that case you'd extended the range to range 3, so you had the additional evade there, because they've only got 2 evades on the N1s, which is lower than you'd expect.
Yeah, because there's not a lot to them. There's not a lot to them. 2 red dice, 2 green dice. Yeah, you would possibly expect an extra green dice, but then I suppose you've got the full throttle ability, which gives you the evade after doing a 3 to 5 speed maneuver.
And if you had, with that, if you'd have had a 3rd evade, it would actually really increase the price of them, because you're talking defender, sort of. You're getting close to defenders there, where they have 3 evades and an evade token. That's just mental.
Yeah.
But that's again why we haven't seen defenders in Flight Academy, because the only way to get it is to have like a Delta Squadron 1, I think, is 7 points, with like a TIE fighter for 3. Although you could get some good TIE fighters for 3 points, like Iden Versio would fit in there.
Well, yeah, I've been exploring those recently, actually.
Yeah.
I was happy with this turnaround. I think I've tried that in a few of the future games. Whiz past, and then one of them boosts just to change the angle, and then when you turn around, you just split up a little bit more. And I think trying to make the most of those R3 double locks as well, real helpful and a lot of value in Flight Academy with the R3s.
Oh, I mean, I'll 100% attest to that. I took R3s on my Delta 7s, and it's surprisingly helpful. I mean, you're coming up against 2 ships. 9 times out of 10, they're flying in a formation. So if you've got one, you've probably got the other, unless you're doing a long-range speculative.
Not much going through there.
No, I mean, again, long-range shots with obstructions, but Proton Torp into, I want to say, Rhymer? Can't see the colour on the... Oh, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. 2 hits to start with. Oh, so 2 hits and a crit going in there. So hit crit.
That's better.
That crit is Panicked Pilot. Ooh, bombers love that. Bombers absolutely love Panicked Pilot.
I think if you get less than 3 hits for Proton Torp, you just feel cheated.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're using the target like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, I think you spent the force there. That's 3 hits and a crit, and that's a blank out.
That's what we're looking for, the Proton Torps.
F's in the chat for Jonus there. Is it Jonus? I believe it's Jonus, yes.
Yeah, because they again, this is getting that double. This is getting a value with the R3, so they both shot Rhymer last time and spent the locks. And on the turnaround this time, they've still both got the lock on Jonus. So yeah, just trying to stretch that value.
Yeah, it is just so powerful. R3 Astromech is, for those that can take an Astromech in this format, it is, I think, the best option. I don't see any reason why you take any other Astromech.
It's pretty cheap as well. It's like 3 or 4 points, maybe. I don't know. It's not a lot.
R3 Astromech 3 points.
3 points, yeah.
Let me have a quick look. Actually, it says 4 points. Sorry.
4 points. Okay.
But 4 points to be able to lock both your opponent's ships. Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that, to be honest.
No.
I mean, you could take an R4, which, looking at it, I'm now annoyed that the R3 is 4 points and the R4 is 3 points. Which seems criminal to me. But I mean, R4 is possibly the only other option I would consider looking at on the Astromechs. Maybe at a push R5, but in a 25-minute game, for me it'd be R3 or R4, depending on exactly what I needed it to do.
Sure, and I think I looked at R4, but with the dial on the Naboo, I mean, R4 was always good, but I didn't feel that it was essential, or at least not as much value as R3.
With the dial on the Naboo, I mean, I could have taken it on the Delta 7s, which would have given me a blue hard 1, which would have been awesome. but also not particularly necessary. I think if you were possibly running Dutch Vander in the Y-Wing in a Rebel list, then maybe you'd be looking at some R4 Astromech action. Because obviously he hands out those locks. But
I think I picked up the R4 on the sofa in the last season because the sofa's got such a red dial as standard. You get so much value from the R4 because all those reds then become white maneuvers.
Especially with Corsella.
Yeah, that was a cheeky combo.
Not bitter at all, honestly. Like, well done. I haven't burnt my actual model in protest. No, it's in the cupboard and I've never used it. I bought it for the cards that it came with and because collectionist.
Sure.
So, but nice commanding position here for you. Less than 5.5 minutes to go. Wes is getting his Proton Torp off.
Yes, but I mean, Wes has been quite unlucky because I don't think he's got much of his ordnance. I mean, a great bomb, a really good bomb, but he's not had much ordnance off other than that.
No, Elusive and the Evade, so that's just one. Yeah, and his Proton Torp has done just as much as yours did in the first round. So, not ideal. Bombers are a tough choice. I think that they can work, but I think they're a tough option. But I absolutely love the fact that Wes brought them because I love the bomber.
And I know some of the conversations you've been having on the other videos about another season of Flight Academy, and if it's doubles, do you ban the duplicate ships? And I wonder actually whether the bomber would be a good choice to have with a different ship. You know, dual bombers I think is a struggle, but actually a bomber and maybe something a bit more agile could be a good combo.
Because the bomber could be a bit of a bait ship, or it could be loaded up with munitions and just causing havoc, sort of shepherding your opponent towards that other pilot. I
don't think you do, but do you get a crew slot on the gunner?
No, not on the bomber.
No, okay. Bomber, sorry, yeah.
You get the gunner. I'm just bringing it up. I mean, he will be standard soon. Yay! Makes me super happy. So all of them get the gunner, which normally means you're probably going to be taking Skilled Bombardier as your main option for the gunner. Possibly Weapons System Officer, but I would say Skilled Bombardier. Especially when you take into account it's got its Nimble Bomber ability, which means that it can actually drop its ordnance using the bank template instead of the straight template. So you could be dropping a cluster mine with a 2 bank template. Which is hilarious.
That's a lot of coverage.
I mean, the only thing funnier than that is Emma Azmin just going, well, I'm going to use a 3 template. A 3 straight or a 3 hard. And they've banned it now, but what you used to be able to do is you could actually have Tobias Beckett, Boba Fett, Emma Azmin. Tobias Beckett allowed you to move an obstacle. You'd move it outside of range 3 of an opponent's ship. You'd use the Boba Fett crew card to set Emma Azmin up on that obstacle, and then you'd hope to get first turn. And, well, in the system phase, you would just drop the bomb at speed 3 out the back of your fire spray, and then just book it out of there.
Oh, man.
Which is hilarious.
So much shenanigans with bombs.
Yeah. But it looks like at the end of that, you haven't been able to take out that second bomber, but time is up. So you did manage to take out Jonus quite comfortably. So good win there for you, Andy. Commiserations to Wes. Always great to see you on the channel, though. We absolutely love having you play. Always brings the funness.
Yeah, Wes is a great opponent. Every time I play against him, he's always cheery. He's always happy. It doesn't matter which way the game's going, you'll get a smile out of him. Wes
is there for the fun of playing, and you know what? If you find yourself not enjoying playing, then you need to reevaluate why you're doing it. I like to win, don't get me wrong, but you know what? I would much prefer to have 10 games where I lost and had loads of fun with my opponent than 2 games where I absolutely trounced my opponent and they didn't want to look me in the eye or speak to me after.
Sure.
So,
yeah,
personally.
absolutely.
But anyway, on a more positive note, Andy, thank you very much for joining us for that one.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And guys, don't forget, thank you very much for watching, but like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.